What is fermentation's impact on carbs in keto foods? Imagine transforming a high-carb food into a low-carb treasure with just a simple process. That's what fermentation does to many foods, especially when it comes to carbs. When microbes like bacteria and yeast ferment foods, they eat up the sugars and starches, turning them into other substances like lactic acid or carbon dioxide. This means the total amount of digestible carbs in the food drops. For example, fermented vegetables like sauerkraut and kimchi start with higher carbs but become lower after fermentation because the bacteria consume the sugars. The longer the fermentation process, the more carbs are eaten up, which makes the food more suitable for a keto diet. This is especially helpful because keto requires keeping carbs very low, usually under 25 grams a day. Fermented dairy products like yogurt and kefir also have fewer carbs after fermentation because the bacteria eat the sugars in the milk. When you buy fermented foods, check the label or ask how long they fermented. Longer fermentation usually means fewer carbs. This is good news for keto eaters because it means they can enjoy tasty fermented foods without risking their ketosis. Plus, fermented foods are packed with probiotics, which help keep your gut healthy. Since a keto diet is high in fats and low in carbs, it can sometimes upset your gut bacteria balance. Eating fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, or certain cheeses can help restore that balance and improve digestion. If you want to include fermented foods in your keto plan, pick options that have been fermented long enough to reduce their sugar content. Avoid fermented foods with added sugars, as they can bump up your carb count. You can even ferment foods at home to control how many carbs they contain. Just remember to test your ketone levels to make sure your fermented choices aren't knocking you out of ketosis. So, in simple terms, fermentation reduces carbs in foods by microbes consuming sugars and starches. This makes fermented foods a smart addition to a keto diet, helping you stay low on carbs while supporting your gut health.